This is the very phrase that I repeat to myself every day without exception, and I don't have any idea where I would be without it. To be honest, I don't even remember when I first heard it. But I believe that time I was a tiny child. I didn't grow up in the family of businessmen, but my parents, they had a lot of problems and difficulties that they gone through. My mother and stepfather who raised me have medical degrees. And you know, doctors often have hard time, but they always stayed in the game and never stopped. They could have give up many times and retired, but they didn't, and I'm proud of them. Since childhood, I have admired strong people, so I surrounded myself with books and movies where the main character went towards their goals no matter what. Rocky, The Godfather, books by Jack London, autobiographies of famous businessmen. When I studied dozens of stories, I saw a huge number of differences between those characters, but they were united by only one phrase: never give up. As a child, I hardly understood the depth that was behind it, but on a subconscious level, I felt that this was the key to achieving all my goals. And imitating the heroes of my childhood, I repeated myself over and over again: keep going, carry on, even if it's tough, and you'll succeed in anything. Starting from the age of 14, real challenges began to appear in my life. Around this age, I already started earning my first money, and it wasn't easy. But even when it was very tough to move forward, I told myself, don't give up. Today, I still use this strategy. And you know what's interesting? If you repeat something to yourself thousands of times, this gradually fixes in your thinking and becomes more than just a phrase. So, now it's enough for me to simply follow the principles that I developed years ago. I want to share with you 3 reasons why you should never give up. First, by giving up, you abandon everything. That part of the path that has already been passed and the part that could be ahead. I've always loved playing video games where you develop your character and can save the progress. I found it useless to play something that disappears the next time you log in. I love to see the result of my actions and build a system that would move me forward and open new roads. This is very indicative. In general, video games are like simulation of life. Through them you can understand the person quite well. So what I mean is that by continuing to follow your path, you inevitably refuse the temptation to give up. But if you do this, you will devalue and deprive the meaning of all those steps that you took previously, giving up potential achievements in the future. To give up means to put an end on it. And if you don't resume the movement later, consider it's all over. But if you return to duty, why give up? The most efficient strategy for achieving success is to choose a goal, make a plan and consistently follow it step by step. Create a list of characters who would remind you to be strong and stick to your convictions, staying on track. Add the deep meaning to the phrase never give up and reinforce it with images that will keep you going when everything gets tough. And by the way, you need to respect and love yourself on this path. You are writing your own story. Sympathy for the main character is necessary. Second, giving up, it's like smoking your first cigarette. The next time you're tempted, you will most likely give up again. The domino effect blooms in all its glory. By taking the first step, you start a mechanism that's already difficult to stop. This is the very harmful habit. The easiest thing to do is to give up, and after that you'll feel short-term pleasure. You'll relax, rest, do something that you had previously denied yourself. But very soon you will understand that there is nothing more. Everything has passed. You have gone out of your way removing the meaning of what you did before. Always put long-term pleasure above short ones, because it's the first that leads to growth and new achievements. I'm talking about the efforts you make on yourself today in order to achieve results tomorrow. This is about getting out of your bed, getting to the gym or whatever. And when you first give yourself an indulgence here and now, you trigger a very dangerous mechanism in your thinking. It's like giving a wolf a taste of human flesh. The next time it sees a person, it wants only one thing: to attack again. Because of this reason, I always evaluate the consequences of all my actions. I try to understand if they have positive or negative potential and whether it's necessary to try them at all. If something can be addictive and will have a negative or even destructive effect on me, I'll not try it. But the opposite story is also possible. You can start working on habits that will make you stronger, and this is a very powerful tool. However, this is the topic for a different video. Third, if you constantly give up, you will never become the person you dream of. I believe that everyone should create for themselves the desired image that will push you forward. You must understand and feel what kind of person you want to become in the future. It's like a guiding star that leads you to the right direction. I think that the person you dream to become clearly knows what he wants and has a plan to achieve his goals. And this plan unlikely includes quitting halfway. Any success is an indivisible chain of steps that leads a person from point A to point B. You cannot quit somewhere in the middle and expect a decent result. Think about any truly successful people, and not even just from business. Remember the names of famous artists, recognized professionals in any industry. Have they given up? I'm sure they were endlessly tempted to do this, and yes, let's be honest, they probably did this sometimes, but more to correct their main course. I want to explain one important point. Stopping something for good reasons, it's not the same as giving up. If you go towards your goal and test one strategy after another, but you realize that one of them is not effective enough, just discard it. You remove from your life what gives the least results so you can concentrate on what makes the most sense. This is the Pareto rule in real life. Here you are more likely to improve your approach by cleaning and throwing out trash. The main thing is to stay true to the main line and be strict enough with yourself, so that in years to come you will feel proud of the way you have gone through. As always, I live through my personal experience all what I'm talking about in these videos. I felt so many temptations to give up everything and become an ordinary student who will calm down and forget about his dreams. But I always remembered why I took this difficult path and why I'm doing what my life consists of today. Never give up. This phrase helps me to keep myself in control, and I advise you to make it the part of your thinking as well. Guys, thank you so much for checking my content. As usually, if you found this video useful, give me your like. If you didn't, give me your dislike. Write the comment below, follow my channel, and see you in the day after tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much once again.